What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we are going to see some really spicy battles with Porygon 2. It recently got the move of Tri-Attack, which is a pretty strong, low energy, high damage move that also has a chance to lower your opponent's attack and defense. We're going to be seeing these battles showcased here by the Super, so shout out to them. Thank you for sharing this with us. We're going to go ahead and get right into it. We have a Alolan Marowak on the lead versus a Stunfisk. Terrible matchup right here. They're going to swap into that Porygon. Now, Porygon also has access to Lock On, which is the same fast move that Registeel has, so it can spam charge moves incredibly quick right here. So we're seeing a Tri-Attack now come through. Does a lot of neutral damage and gets the attack and defense debuff. Now, we're going to see a Politoed come in. This Porygon 2, everyone has Zap Cannon as well, which is one of the hardest hitting, if not the hardest hitting, electric type move in the game. So I imagine if this lands, this is going to one-shot, and I will boom first thing on a Saturday morning right here. Let's see. Boom! It lands right there. One-shots the Politoed. Yeah, that is a lot of damage. Now we are going to see the Porygon possibly get to another Tri-Attack. No, charge move not coming through. They're going to go ahead and let it go. They can bring in Hypno now to this Stunfisk right here, which is going to be a pretty decent matchup. But considering they only have Shadow Ball and Thunder Punch, they're going to have to use the Shadow Ball to take it out. Another charge move coming through, and hopefully they don't have a Dark type in the back. That would definitely be a hard counter to this team. Obviously, I'm not saying this team is amazing when it comes to its coverages on the meta, because Dark type Pokemon would do really well, like Scrafty or Umbreon, for example. But we're just going to see the power of Porygon 2 today and have a lot of fun. Now, we are going to see Tropius now come in, which is actually pretty nice, considering that they have a Alolan Marowak swap right here ready to go, so they can safely swap into that. And Alolan Marowak should be able to do pretty well, especially since it's Razor Leaf as well. So they should be able to near farm down. They might want to throw the Shadow Bone here. We'll have to see. No, they're going to completely commit to the farm down right here. They are going to shield as well. Aerial Ace would do a decent amount of neutral damage, but they should be able to farm down and take this game. They are going to throw Shadow Bone as well. Interesting, considering they just shielded, but they're going to do less damage. That's a better call right there. Yeah, do some less damage, farm down a bit, get some extra energy, throw the Shadow Bone here against the Stunfisk. They're going to go ahead and go for Bone Club. Both would do quite a bit of damage. This is going to do super effective damage and gets a shield as well, so they just need to get to one more Bone Club right here. I don't think it's actually going to be enough to take it out, but there's still a Hypno in the back, and they still have one shield, so it's probably going to be a good game. Yeah, it's not enough to take it out. That's okay. They have the Hypno. They're trying to swap, but that's okay. They probably let this go. Hypno can come in and do one confusion right there. So what we saw in that first battle was actually they finished off with a Alolan Marowak. What we saw there was Porygon 2 with Tri-Attack do a lot of neutral damage, get a debuff, and also one-shot a Politoed that did come into it, which is pretty nice. I imagine there's going to be a lot of different team compositions that you guys can run with a Porygon 2 on Safe Swap. It's probably like a Vigoroth Safe Swap style. So we are going to see another Stunfisk right here. Wow, okay, going to go straight into the Porygon 2 as well. Hopefully this isn't the same battle back-to-back. They are going to be able to get to the discharge. If this is the same battle back-to-back, I apologize. Do they get the debuff as well? They get the debuff. Will we see a Politoed now come in? No, it's not the same battle. It is not the same battle. We're going to see an Alolan Ninetales come in this time. So Tri-Attack, again, doing a lot of neutral damage in this matchup. My goodness, that's a lot. And gets the attack and defense fall. That is absolutely incredible. They can safely shield right here for this Weather Ball, which would do a lot of neutral damage. And they might actually be able to outpace. Actually, it's going to be close. It's only 5 Powder Snows to a Weather Ball, so I think it's going to be outpaced by the Alolan Ninetales, but the attack and defense fall is absolutely... Oh my gosh, it actually one-shot right there because of the defense fall. They didn't shield that, which is really, really awesome. So now they can align Hypno to this Stunfisk right here, and the charge move actually probably won't take it out. It's just going to be a Mud Bomb right there, so they should be able to get to the Tri-Attack in time. Hopefully this gets a shield. They definitely need a shield gone right here, and hopefully it gets the debuff as well. Let's see what happens. Tri-Attack goes through, gets the shield. No debuff. That is unfortunate. That would have been really, really nice here for them. But they can safely bring in the Hypno here and look to overload on energy and hopefully have a counter with Alolan Marowak to whatever they have in the back. So able to realign this matchup. Oh, they actually swapped to Alolan Marowak. Okay. All right, let's see what happens. It was just a discharge, which is I guess a good catch right there. Definitely a good catch. And then they're going to be throwing a Mud Bomb right here, so they might have to shield. It's going to do it. No, they're going to let it go. They weren't swapping out, so maybe they're thinking Hypno is going to be their win con right here, which rightfully so. But let's see what is going to be in the back. Another Mud Bomb coming through. This is going to be taking out the Alolan Marowak, and they're putting all faith in Hypno right here. They're hard reading this opponent's line. They can farm down. No, they cannot. A charge move not coming through. They're going to go ahead and let it go. It's probably just going to be a discharge. Yeah, it's going to be a discharge. Decent amount of neutral damage, but what is in the back? It's going to be a Skarmory. Okay, so both Alolan Marowak and Hypno are both pretty decent win cons right here. Alolan Marowak would have been a lot better against the Skarmory, though. They do get a shield. So yeah, they're going to be able to go for another Thunder Punch right here. I think they can just get to one more Thunder Punch, and that's probably going to be... No, they may not be able to get to it in time. The Skarmory might be able to get off 2 Sky Attacks right here, so we'll have to see. They're going to look to go for the Shadow Ball. They have to shield right here, right? The Sky Attack would take it out, but hopefully the Shadow Ball is going to be enough to KO. Even though Thunder Punch does do super effective damage, Shadow Ball is definitely a harder hitting move, so hopefully they can get to it. Yep, they should get to it. This, I think, is going to do enough damage. Man, it's going to be close. If it survives, it's with like 1 HP. Let's see what happens. They do take it out right there, and that's going to be a good battle. So they hard read that Hypno was going to be a good counter right there, but both Hypno and Alolan Marowak would have handled that Skarmory in the back. So very good game. But in hindsight, I guess, you know, maybe not sack swapping Alolan Marowak into a Stunfisk who has like 3 charge moves ready to go would be a bad play, basically. All right, so let's see the Porygon 2 swap. Now let's see what happens. Lock-on's going to be coming in. We are going to see a Breloom come in. So Breloom has access to counter, but Tri-Attack, I imagine, is going to do a lot of damage because Breloom is so squishy. Yes, it does. My goodness, that's a lot. I don't think it can counter it down. Oh, man, are they going to shield? They could risk it for the biscuit right here. No, they're going to let it go. It is going to be Seed Bomb that takes them out. They can probably come back in with Alolan Marowak and farm down. So we are going to see the Azumarill probably come back in. So they want to get off a Shadow Bone right here and hope to catch the charge move, potentially on Hypno. But let's see how this opponent, this battler plays it out. Shadow Bone now coming through. It's going to do a decent amount of neutral damage. Lowers the defense as well, which is pretty nice. But they don't have their Switch Clock up just yet, so they got to stay in here. This could be Hydro Pump. It might just be a Shield Bait. Let's see what they decide to do. They decide to let it go. It is a Shield Bait. That is a great call right here for this matchup. They're going to go ahead and swap out into Hypno on the next charge move. This is probably just going to be another Ice Beam. Maybe they're running Play Rough Ice Beam Azumarill. So able to catch the Ice Beam right there on the Hypno. And they're not swapping out as well, which means whatever's in the back might be really weak to Hypno. Might be a double fighter team. So they're looking to commit to that farm down right now. They are going to throw up a shield right here, rightfully so. They have to. Might as well use it. And it is going to be a Hydro Pump. So they did have Hydro Pump. And they're going to farm down right now. And the final Pokemon is going to be a Whiscash. So they have actually 2 shields ready to go. For the 2 Shadow Balls, and you're ready to go for this Whiscash. The first one does a lot of neutral damage. Now they're going to go for Thunder Punch right here. There's still shields on the Whiscash, so hopefully they can get a shield right here. Alolan Marowak does have some extra energy. They do get a shield with a Thunder Punch. That is definitely ideal right here, but Whiscash is loading up on energy. They're going to go ahead and swap now and go for the Shadow Bone. This should be taking out the Whiscash unless they get a shield, which is going to be great. They're going to force that shield right here, which is awesome because Hypno is very close to another charge move, so we'll have to see how this plays out. Mud Bomb will be taking out the Alolan Marowak right here. Hypno does have a shield. It just needs to get to Shadow Ball right here. So another Mud Bomb coming through. I think they have this right here. They have the energy ready to go for Shadow Ball. They just need to throw it. The opponent could potentially swap into a Azumarill and catch it. No, they over-tapped right there, which is really unfortunate. But Mud Bomb I don't think is going to be enough damage to finish off the Hypno. So they need to throw this Shadow Ball right here. This is going to be taking out the Whiscash. And then we'll probably see Confusion. It's going to be a race between Confusion and Bubble right here. How much health is on the Azumarill? Yes, the Confusion is going to take it right there, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played. So a great lesson to learn right there for Hypno users. When you see a Confusion go through and all you need is 1 Confusion to get to that Shadow Ball, when they throw their charge attack and you see the fast move go through, you'll have the energy on the back end, so you just have to wait for a second for that energy to appear, and then you can click Shadow Ball. So they wouldn't have gotten hit by 2 Mud Bombs right there. They only gotten hit by 1. Alright, so Alolan Marowak versus Altaria. Bad matchup. They're probably going to swap right away into that Porygon 2, which is great. We'll have to see how much damage this Tri-Attack does. We do see an Azumarill. We see an Azumarill come in. Please one-shot this Azumarill. Please. Do it. One-shot it. I want to see the one-shot. Okay, that wasn't a one-shot, but that was still a lot of damage right there. They can actually lock on farm down. They should hard lock on farm down. Shield this right here? Yes, do it. Absolutely do it. They're going to be able to farm down a lot of energy, and whatever comes in, and they threw a Hydro Pump as well. Whatever comes in, they are going to be able to, oh, is the opponent going to surrender? What is going on? They're just, okay, they farmed it down. What is going to be in the back? Okay, Altaria is going to be coming back in. They have 2 Tri-Attacks ready to go, and they can probably get to a 3rd. And if they get any debuffs early and get a shield, get a debuff. No debuff right here. Oh, they're going to go for the Zap Cannon. Oh my goodness. This does neutral damage because of the Dragon Flying typing. So this is some shenanigans here in the Great League. Zap Cannon does land. That does a lot of damage right there. And the Altaria might have to throw its energy. So they can safely bring in the Hypno and probably farm down before Altaria can get to another Sky Attack right here. So Sky Attack will take out the Porygon 2, and we will see the Hypno now come in and farm down with Confusion. Altaria actually might be able to get to it. Yeah, it does get to the next Sky Attack. They're going to let it go. They still have a Alolan Marowak, and there might be a Galarian Stunfisk in the back, considering the formation right now of Altaria Azumarill. I imagine it's going to be a Galarian Stunfisk, and the opponent does decide to surrender, however. But Porygon 2 putting in some work in the mid-game right there. That was awesome to see. All right, let's see how this next battle goes. I would have loved to see, instead of Zap Cannon against Altaria, to see multiple Tri-Attacks, because you have a chance to lower the defenses, which means the next one's going to do even more damage. All right, so we have Azumarill on the lead here versus the Alolan Marowak. We are going to see that swap out right away into Porygon 2, and we are going to see a Scrafty come in. Okay, so this is exactly what I was talking about. Scrafty is going to be a huge counter to this team if it can build up energy, farm down. But Porygon 2 might be able to flip this matchup around. Attack and defense fell right here. Charge Me Now coming through. I think this is just going to be a power-up punch, which is not going to do a lot of damage, but counter will still start to add up right here. So let's see what happens. They are going to be able to get to another Tri-Attack in time. If they don't shield this, this could possibly take out Scrafty because the defense did fall. So let's see. They didn't shield it. They're going to be able to get farmed down by a Porygon 2. Wow. Okay, so Porygon 2 absolutely flexing on the opponent right there. And they're going to be able to get to... Can they get to the Zap Cannon? Please Zap Cannon this Alolan Marowak. Oh my gosh, they may think it's just Tri-Attack, which is a normal type, which is resisted. But if Zap Cannon lands, boom! It lands against Alolan Marowak. That is hilarious. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely hilarious. So they're going to come into the mirror fight right here, rightfully so. They're going to save that Hypno for the Azumarill. Shadow Bone right here is going to do a lot of super effective damage, and the defense fell right here, but they're going to let it go. They can come in with Hypno and farm down Alolan Marowak, probably swap out as well. No, they're just going to let it, yeah, fully let it go. Come in, farm down, have loaded energy for the Mono versus Azumarill. Scrafty's actually, is Scrafty still in the back? Wait a second. I think they might have swapped out. I think Scrafty might be in the back. Just looking, there's 2 Pokemon left. I think they might have swapped Scrafty out right before it got fully farmed down. But we'll have to see. So they can... Yeah, it's just going to be an Ice Beam right here. But Hypno is going to be able to handle this matchup pretty well. Considering Thunder Punches do super effective damage. Confusion does a lot of neutral damage and really starts to add up. So Hypno is definitely going to be able to take this game. But I think there's a Scrafty in the back. Or it's going to be the... Yeah, it shouldn't be the Alolan Marowak. That just went down. But Hypno is, yeah, going to be able to fully Confusion down. There's still 1 shield left here on the Azumarill, so they need to start shielding as well. These Ice Beams would now be in KO range for the Hypno. So they do shield that first Ice Beam, and they are going to commit to the farm down. Oh, it is the Alolan Marowak that they swapped out. Okay, so it was the Alolan Marowak, not the Scrafty, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played. So Porygon 2 flipping the Scrafty matchup because of the debuff and damage from Tri-Attack. That was absolutely incredible. Really fun showcase right there. And like I said, take this video with a grain of salt. I think Porygon 2 can be built on a lot of different teams. We just see its gameplay, what it's capable of against the meta. It's super spicy, a lot of fun. And again, it has that fast move of Lock On, which is the same fast move as Registeel, the highest energy gaining fast move in the game. And Tri-Attack is really, really strong. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.